Hello and welcome to Great Principles. I am Seema Chhoriya. We often hear of teachers from our past who have given their hearts, minds, and soul in nurturing within us the things they saw as vital to our education, critical to our success, and important for our future. My guest today is one such teacher from my past who helped me realize my full potential. She was my English teacher, and because of her, I understood the beauty of this wonderful language. She has been an educator for over 35 years and is known for her oratory skills and has trained various students at state and national level declamation competition in which her students have made her proud. She feels children should be provided with three strong pillars of values, skills, and knowledge as their foundation to be a good citizen. She has a master's degree in English from the DAV College, Kanpur. She has been honored by eminent personalities like ex-President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. Kiran Bedi, the Vice Chancellor of Chandrasekhar Azad University, some MLAs, District Magazine, District Magistrate, and the Mayor of Kanpur. She has been honored by the Rotary Club of Kanpur and was felicitated by Guru Pranam Award by Amar Ujala newspaper. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome Mrs. Sushma Saxena, Principal Dr. Virendra Swarup Education Center, Panki, Kanpur. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you, Seema, and thank you for introducing me so beautifully. And I think more than half the things you have already told the audience about me. It's definitely a pleasure for me to be interviewed by you.
Same here, ma'am. The feeling is absolutely mutual. I'm thrilled to have my teacher in front of me today, and I hope even a little of what you have taught me, if I'm able to give, that would be my, a big thank you to you.
That's an achievement for me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. All right. So, ma'am, going ahead, we'll start with the very first question here. So, tell us something about you, yourself, and your career in education.
Well, as you have already introduced, and that is, I am Sushma Saxena, the principal of Dr. Virendra Swarup Education Center at Panki in Kanpur. And I had almost been an educator for 36 years now. I am an alumnus of St. Patrick's Convent, Agra, which is the oldest convent in Asia. And I went on to do my master's in English from the famous DAV College, which is famous because of its alumni like Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the ex-Prime Minister of India, and Mr. Ram Nath Kovind, the present president. And then I went on to do my bachelor's in education. And that's how it began. I began my journey, my career in 1985. I became a teacher, and I continued to teach for almost 3 decades. And then I got an opportunity of being a principal, and right now I am a principal. When I got this opportunity of teaching, then I thought it's God's plan for me. God has a purpose, because a teacher always touches a number of lives, number of lives in the world, and very few people get this opportunity in a country like India, which is so populous. We barely have 0.61% of educators. So ये बहुत chosen ones होते हैं, the selected ones. Yeah. So I feel very blessed that I am a teacher, I am an educator. And in this long journey, I have taught so many children and touched so many lives in a good way. I'd always tried to make them the near to perfect human beings, My ideology about children is like, children are like a building. When you construct a building, you are more focused on the foundation. The foundation should be strong. So, इन बच्चों की इमारत बनाते हुए उनकी फाउंडेशन जो है उसको स्ट्रॉन्ग करना है. नॉलेज होनी चाहिए, स्किल्स होने चाहिए, वैल्यूज होने चाहिए. And after that, gradually, when we move up, constructing the building, we make rooms, they have windows, doors. These are all planned, वो ही बच्चों में क्वालिटीज हमें डालनी है. उनको वो विंडोज होनी चाहिए, वो ओपन हो टू द लाइट ऑफ नॉलेज. अच्छाई का उजाला अंदर आए. They should have the doors to close against bad things. बुराइयों को वो बाहर रख सकें, अपने से दूर कर सकें, अपने आप को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकें, सोसाइटी को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकें. Then we go on to make walls. They should have that quality, of facing the good and the bad times, like a strong wall. And then we go on to the ceiling. जैसे छत हम डालते हैं कि how that provides shelter और सबको एक साथ जोड़े रखता है पूरे structure को. So that's what I feel, that taking up little things, we have to, groom the children, cater to the little needs of the children, and that's how they grow into good human beings. And I feel my journey is still continuing, and I'm very grateful to God for that. कि इतनी लंबी जर्नी में बहुत सारी एक से बढ़कर एक सुंदर इमारतें, बिल्डिंग्स बनाने का मौका मिला है. So बहुत सुकून मिलता है when you feel I have done a little bit for this world to be a better place. That's it.
Beautiful thoughts, ma'am. And ma'am, all the students of yours, whomsoever I know, I have seen how beautifully their foundation has been crafted and how strongly they have grown today. I am one such example. There have been a lot in my life, but being taught by wonderful teachers like you, I feel I could fight with everything and stand up again. So a big thank you to you, ma'am. And ma'am forgot to tell one thing about herself here. She still looks the same to all my viewers. I'm like, it's been like years since I'm seeing her, and she looks exactly the same. There is not even a single change in her.
Thank you. This is again because you are also an example of the beautiful building constructed by me. So therefore, that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, as they say. That's why to you, your teachers seem to be beautiful and good and looking the same. Thank you.
This is my teacher who always gives credit to her student, and I have a small surprise for you.
Hello everyone. This is P.V. Krishnan from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, India. I am a general insurance advisor since 2002 and I am owner of krishnanSolutions.com. The success story behind me has many contributions. One among them is the contribution of my teachers. And among all the teachers, the foremost is Mrs. Saxena, who taught us English in Mercy Memorial School when we were studying there, and right from class 4th to class 10th. That was 1986 to 1992. And I still remember that when everybody criticized my handwriting, she was the one who motivated me to improve it. And I did so due to her motivation, and that resulted in improving my marks in the board examination. Not only this, even after school, when I was in a financial crux, she used to help me by giving referrals of tuitions so that I can earn a pocket money. She also guided me while choosing my profession. So overall, she took an important part in motivating my professional and personal life. I still owe to her and will always be thankful to her for her contribution. Through this video, I would like to thank Mrs. Sushma Saxena for being a good motivator and a teacher in my life. Thank you.
Myself, Dr. Soumya Singh. I am a practicing dentist. Ma'am is full of inspiration. She is a great influencer. She taught me English 2004-5 batch. She is a friend, a guide, whatever needed, she can act like that. Thank you, ma'am, for being there in my life. Love you. Thank you so much.
Good evening, all. I'm Shubhajit Sain, currently working as a general manager in Sinclair's Retreat, Ooty, and I also been a long time in abroad. Now I settled in Kolkata. But however, wherever I am, I always like to say that due to my teachers in Mercy Memorial School, I am here. But especially, I like to mention the name of Saxena ma'am, because she inspired me and she shown me the way where I should study after class 12th, and I have done my hotel management and I've been to abroad for a long time, and really I shine like a star because she always guided me time to time, and really I appreciate her hard work and the way she taught me during my school days. And I like to mention one thing, that she's a very, very strong lady. While I always say that my wife, that today my daughter is studying in one of the best school in Kolkata, when their teachers takes her online classes, I always say that my teacher like Saxena ma'am, no one can compare. The way she teaches, the way she talks, and the way she has the way to take and handle the students. So thank you, ma'am, and really I appreciate your guidance and help during my school days. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Grace. People know me as Khushbu, Sahu back in days, but now I am professionally Grace because of my work. And one thing which I profoundly remember strongly in my mind is the teachers of the school which I grew up like. Mercy Memorial School. So it is just like so many goosebumps I'm having right now because of so many brilliant teachers, and one of them was Sushma Saxena, because I figured she was not just a teacher, she was like a good friend, a person to go to when we have done something or we want to do something. She is always a big support. And she always tried to understand the student side, and there were so many people I was like partially very silent and but very creative also, but she understood, like she got me, and I think everybody feels the same way.
Hello ma'am, hello Seema. How are you? A teacher, a mentor, a guardian, and a friend is what comes in my mind when I think of you. I still remember our school days. We used to call you English Wali ma'am. And I still remember that farewell party work and staying late at school for eating and many more such unaccountable things, ma'am. I know whenever I will be having any difficulty in my life, you are always there for me. So, in short, just a line for you. Not every teacher deserves to be called one, but that title is reserved for great ones like you. Thank you, ma'am.
You seldom get an opportunity to talk about one of your favorite persons, and too often we climb through life without a look back to express the connection we feel with others and the gratitude we feel for their presence in our lives. This one is for our very own Saxena ma'am. She was my English teacher back in school, and she taught me English for like more than 5 years, I would say. And I still remember for the first time when she entered the classroom, that bright charisma she brought into the room, and it was since then that we started to love English language as a subject, and we kind of waited for that half an hour to come, and then when we'll have all the fun while learning. I always remember that there was a sense of freedom to express yourself when she was there to teach you, and she made us feel like she really cared about whatever we had to say, right, wrong, and she valued our thoughts, strengths, and all the unique abilities. You always made sure to take an extra step that would benefit all of us and that will inspire us to become better students and also better people. You engage, you inspire, you empower your students every single day, and I wanted you to know that we really appreciate that you care. So a big thank you for emboldening us and for empowering us, for guiding us, and for being so supportive and so real. Thank you so much for all your love and your precious life lessons. I want to tell you today that your students will always keep you in their hearts.
Seema, this is something splendid. A big thank you actually to you and your team.
Ma'am, you should also thank Yashasvi in this. She also helped us a lot. Yeah.
Okay, that is the secret behind.
Otherwise, I couldn't have got a student from 86.
Yeah, you people have actually touched the inner chords of my heart, you know. So touching. Beautiful. Big thank you to you.
So on this note, we'll move ahead. Ma'am, you love to travel. So tell us something how traveling changed the perspective of life in life for you.
Yeah, definitely. When one travels, you travel within a country or abroad. With a few kilometers, within a range of few kilometers or after a few kilometers, things start changing. There would be variety of culture and lifestyle, dress up and language. Number of things would change. And that is when we travel in our own land. This is what I had noticed and seen. And there had been many things that I tried to imbibe. There are some good and bad from region to region, it changes. And then, especially when I have traveled abroad, there I noticed one thing. Our Indians are pretty disciplined because there they would follow all the traffic rules. They would keep all cleanliness around. They would do everything that is being followed there. लेकिन जब हम उन्हें अपनी कंट्री में देखते हैं तो there is a drastic contradiction because when they are in their own country they have that kind of a sense of freedom that they do not want to follow any rules and regulations. And it was here like you find the youngsters never following the traffic rules or over speeding, not using a helmet while we're riding a two-wheeler, not bothered about cleanliness. They might just litter the ground around, things like this. And that gave me a thought that somewhere we need to understand that we teach our students the difference between the rights and duties. What happens is we teach them what their rights are. They get to know their rights, but they overlook their duties. As a citizen, what is their duty? When they can be disciplined abroad, why can't they be so within their own country? When you go abroad, you would find that the people there are self-reliant. There are no domestic helps available to them, and they're full of life and adventure. Age is not a matter for them at all. So our students, our young children should try to understand all these things. They should not be dependent on domestic help and all. They should learn to be self-reliant. They should learn to do their work on their own. And they keep praising the foreign lands. Everything is good in our own country. और अगर अच्छी बात है कि हमें बाहर या दूसरी जगह में या दूसरे रीजन में हमारी ही कंट्री में कोई चीज हमसे उससे भी बेटर लगती है, that's a good thing. तो why not we teach our children कि जो कुछ हमारे पास में है वो good है, and now you need to strive to change that good to better and better to best. So that's how I felt after traveling. And each time I travel, I always pick up something or the other. And I feel that this is something that should go into the students, all these kind of mannerism, all these kind of discipline should be ingrained in our children. We should not be always teaching and preaching. कभी-कभी क्या है, सिर्फ जो बोलते हैं, जो पढ़ाते हैं, उन्हें लगता है that's a syllabus being taught. वो शायद इतना अंदर नहीं जाता है. So these are the things which have to be ingrained in them so that they become a part of their personality. So automatically वो हमेशा वैसा ही behave करेंगे, वो चाहे वो किसी भी land पे.
So to make your country also better like foreign, the change is starting from you, yourself. So we as citizens needs to be more responsible, more disciplined, and follow what we like about foreign land, that it's clean. As our Pradhan Mantri also said that Swachhata aapse shuruaat hoti hai. So when you take it up on your shoulders, it is bound to happen. So wonderful, man. So even while traveling, you are learning and you are taking good and teaching to your children.
Yes.
So ma'am, now you are a principal of Dr. Virendra Swarup Education Center, Panki. We would like to know about the philosophy of the school and what makes it unique.
Yeah, see, basic philosophy is the same. Like all the schools, they work for the overall development of a child. We too focus on this holistic development. And then as I spoke to you about the foundation pillars, we do keep in mind that these foundation pillars of the three pillars, we try to balance, and that is knowledge, skills, and values are inculcated in the students. And with that, we move on. When we come to the knowledge part, of course, we have a wonderful team of dedicated teachers who in their own innovative and creative and easy learning methods teach the children. So the knowledge part is done. Then we move on to the values. Those are also inculcated through storytelling sessions and some other programs that we have for them. And then comes skills. We, in our school, we try to, recognize the skills and also provide the students with the facilities of various activities. Then we provide them with those instructors and coaches. We have a number of teachers for them, and we have number of activities in which all the students participate. We have activities like calligraphy, public speaking, boxing, taekwondo or aerobics, yoga, culinary arts, carom, chess, electronics, vocal music, classical music, instrumental music, classical dance. So number of activities are there in whichever child, art, craft, music, whatever the child wants to choose. Then they have their activity periods and they continue with whatever they want to. Apart from this, we keep training our children for various inter-school competitions in which our children, they win laurels for themselves and for our school. And that's how it goes on. And one very unique feature of my school is that we promote Indian art and culture through speak making. Speak Make is a society for the promotion of Indian classical music and culture amongst youth with its headquarters at Delhi. We invite performers and great artists who showcase their talent, and our students are exposed to the rich Indian culture. So that's how it's unique.
Beautiful philosophy of the school with the focusing on 360-degree development of the school, of the child, and so many achievements already school have, and it's going ahead with more new activities added. So we are going ahead with the next question, ma'am. You just now focused on how school is producing national, international champions in school. So, ma'am, like Virendra Swarup is doing, how can other schools also help in creating a foundation for children to make career in sports?
In the career in sports, see, definitely schools, first of all, play a pivotal role in recognizing the skills of the students, finding the inclination, the amount of inclination that a child has, वो कितना focused है अपने उस sport पे, and then by providing good instructors and coaches for that purpose. See, for us, like even not for us alone, but 2020 had been such a dismal year for the entire world with the global pandemic. And we were happy and very proud that one of our students, Lavanya Singh, she bagged the gold medal in the nationals for Taekwondo competition. And she went on to the international platform, winning the silver for ourselves. So schools, as I said, they play a pivotal role. They have to first recognize the skill present in a child and what is his or her inclination, how much is he or she desirable of achieving that, and then by providing the best of the instructors and coaches for that particular sport so that they can further go on to make a career.
So we were talking about how sports can play a pivotal role in driving the interest of the child in this field, and sports is a very, even sports has a very bright future, though parents think that my child should be a doctor or engineer. But now the inclination is changing and school can definitely be a change maker here. Going ahead to academics, ma'am, should the medium of instruction of education be English or regional languages now, as there is a lot of emphasis being given on instructing in regional language by NEP? So what is your view of the same?
Yeah, when you talk about NEP, the new education policy, it emphasizes on teaching in the regional language or the mother tongue up to grade 5.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, of course. But then when you talk about sending the child to an English medium school, so there is a purpose. If the medium has to be English, you cannot completely ignore English till grade 6. So I feel it's of course good, it is advantageous to a child when he is taught in regional language, because the understanding would be clear. But what if he or she is a part of an English medium school? So why can't the medium or the medium of teaching be bilingual? I rather prefer bilingual. We can talk in English and tell a child something, और फिर उसी चीज को हम दोहराएं हिंदी में, so he gets to know on the parallel basis the two languages. One is very clear and known to him. He hasn't to learn that, and the other one would automatically start seeping in. And by the time the child is in class 6, he would have more knowledge of it, because suddenly, what do you plan after grade 5? You will suddenly start talking to the child in English, and the standard would have increased and raised up to class 6. And then you're talking in English. What would he understand then?
Exactly.
So bilingual, according to me, is better.
So we just got a very practical and approachable method that a bilingual is better. And definitely, ma'am, when a parent sends a child to an English medium school, they look for it that my child can understand English. And as you rightly said, if you suddenly bombard English from 6th standard, it would be difficult for him. So bilingual is the most practical solution for this. This makes me to go on the next question, which is again something very interesting for the parents, because if everyone is running a rat race today, we all are running behind marks. It's not about what we are learning, it's only about grades. So if mark system disappear completely, then on what basis should a student get admission in university?
Well, in that case, this is something very interesting. If this would happen, which is never going to happen though, if this is going to happen, then obviously the universities will be in a fix as to how to give admission to the new aspirants there. So obviously they will have to put to test the prudence and the wisdom or general awareness of these students. Or like in the historic past, we hear about शास्त्रार्थ होते थे ये decide करने के लिए कि who's more intelligent, or maybe they can have in the modern times they can go in for debates related to the burning issues of the present world, and then perhaps they'll be able to decide who deserves to be there in their university, who's so very well aware of the things and is worldly wise and has a knowledge of very many things, and then that child or that candidate would be given the admission.
So is it, ma'am, that we are scared that I might not score well, and that is what keeps my performance low?
It's true, and not only for exams, for any kind of competition, even for extracurricular activities, when we have seen very brilliant and shining students who do so very well, maybe in oratory or dances and or singing, and just because of the pressure of the competition on stage, they might forget. And the same is applicable when it comes to the marks for the examination. Such a lot of pressure is there on the young minds because just a little while back you said the rat race. Everyone is a part of the rat race and everybody wants to run fast and fast in that direction. So that creates such a pressure on some of the students because everyone cannot handle pressure in the same way. So that does happen.
So parents, don't put your expectations of coming first or second on your child, just put it, perform well, and you will see the change coming in. On this note, we move to the next section, ma'am. Like there are many achievements in your life. So which one are you most proud of accomplishing as a teacher?
See, my accomplishments, when we talk about accomplishments, I'm always very proud, first of all, that I'm a teacher. Because I am a teacher, I have been able to touch so many lives. But I do not see my achievements and accomplishments in the form of honors and accolades that I have received. But I find it like if my ex-student is pursuing today a course from Cambridge University and on receiving a certificate, she rings me up and shares the certificate with me. And she says all throughout when the course was there were a number of occasions which reminded her of me because she felt that she knows this, she knows that, and that was taught to her by me. So I feel it's not only she, it's me who has received that certificate from Cambridge University. If my ex-student rings me up, who is a teacher, and she tells me that today in the class I was teaching some Shakespearean play, and when I was explaining this particular speech, I felt, ma'am, as if you were speaking in my ears. I could hear your words, what you had explained to us when we were in school, and the same explanation automatically came to me. So this becomes an achievement for me. This is what I'm proud of. At this particular moment, I am proud of because my ex-student is sitting on the other side of the camera, interviewing me so eloquently. And again, I'm proud because I am a teacher, as I said, and uh, the accomplishments had been that I have been honored by great personalities like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Kiran Bedi ji, so many MLAs, district magistrates, mayor of Kanpur, uh, Rotary Club, to name a few. So all these are the moments that have made me so proud, and that's all because God had chosen me to be an educator.
So this is ma'am who for her there is nothing more rewarding and proud moment than seeing her children being at their best. So, ma'am, we spoke about your achievement, ma'am. So, are there any people, any friends or family whom you would like to give credit here, your staff, or of your achievements or school's achievement?
Yes, of course. I strongly believe that nothing great can be achieved single-handedly. Whatever I am today, for that I give all the credit to my teachers who have taught me and have made me whatever I am today. And in the present time, I give all the credit to my wonderful staff, the teaching staff, my teachers. I am blessed to have a wonderful team with me because without their support, I cannot bring about so many changes as I desire to in so many students. So the credit goes to all the teachers.
A great leader always give credit to the team, ma'am. And a team and leader, when work in sync, no wonder miracles are bound to happen. So you're a great leader, ma'am, and we can see the changes that has been brought in under your leadership in Virendra Education Center. No problem, ma'am. So this brings to us to a very interesting segment, which is rapid fire round, one of my favorite. You have to answer in one word only. So my first question to you is, what is the one thing you want to change about the present generation?
The present generation, the speed in them. They are always in a speed, they are running, as you had just pointed out, the rat race. They are a part of the rat race. That's what they feel. So that one thing that they have to change is, first of all, they have to identify their own personality, what they are made up for, and they have to set up a goal. In this generation, they don't have that patience. वो धैर्य नहीं है. So they are all running. So they have to be taught that it is better to move slowly in the right direction than to be moving fast in the wrong direction. Because वो इतना जल्दी चाहते हैं कि मेहनत ना करना पड़े and everything उनको मिल जाए जल्दी से. So in that speed, they would either reach the wrong destination or they would meet up with an accident. So it's better that they go slow, they set goals for themselves, and then achieve the right desirous goal.
Right. So our present generation need to slow down a bit and take the track where they should aim at, not just blindly hit the road. So going ahead to the next question, name a school principal you admire the most.
The school principal that I admire the most is Sister Peter Clever. She's been my principal when I was in school. A perfect blend of a good human being, a very gentle soul, a wonderful teacher, guide, friend, perfect in all the ways. I should say, big storehouse of knowledge. And she just passed away last year after celebrating her 100th birthday. So I admire her the most.
Great, ma'am. Next question to you is, what is the most lacking feature in today's curriculum?
Well, if you talk about today's curriculum, it is more focused on the development of brain. It focuses on imparting knowledge. But what it misses out is values, morals, and that has to be there present in a global citizen.
Right.
We as teachers are actually preparing the global citizens. We are making them. So values play a very important role. We have to understand the values that we leave for our next generation are more important than the valuables that we may leave for them. This has to be understood and taken care of by the modern curriculum.
So to all the schools here, along with quality education, we need to focus on imparting values too, as rightly said my ma'am. So going ahead, ma'am, in a classroom, what should be an optimal teacher-student ratio?
Oh, well, optimum is 1:40, but as if in case the children are younger, the number may also reduce. Like for the pre-primary, maybe 20-25:1 would be a better ratio. But ideally, 1:40.
All right. Here comes the last question of this segment. Do you think homeschooling is a good idea?
Well, personally, no. Though there are many people in favor of it, and the world is gradually changing and homeschooling is in vogue, but I would say no. That's based on my experience of almost 36 years. I feel when a student comes to school, he learns so many things, which if a child is going for homeschooling, he would be missing on. First of all, he would never ever be friendly in nature. He would be an introvert because he wouldn't know how to talk to others and share ideas or things. He would never be able to collaborate. He would never be able to work as a team. So there would be no competition for him. When in a class of 40 students or so, when there is a competition, that's why the child is told to learn, to study, and even the parents create the pressure. But because everybody wants to compete with the others and score more marks. So in homeschooling, all these aspects would definitely be missing.
Even I think behavioral issues are there when a child is studying at home.
It will be affected.
Yeah, because I can see from past 1.5 years, since my children are not going to school, I can see how their behavior has changed. They miss out on teachers, schools, the social part of their lives.
Yeah, definitely. True.
So, ma'am, you have a long journey of more than 3 decades in your career. So, along with it, what are the hobbies or sports you are involved into, and why do you enjoy them along with your work?
Well, no sports though. Yes, but gardening and interior designing are very close to my heart. And both these things, the reason behind is whether you do gardening and you plant trees and plants, not only that they improve the air around you, but they spread a lot of beauty around you. Same is with interior designing. It makes the entire ambience so beautiful and so soothing. So I feel it is like more than enough to satiate the aesthetic sense in me, the beauty that these two things spread, and they give me a lot of joy doing it.
So this is the fun fact about Pam, that she loves gardening and interior designing, and she gets joy in doing this. So this brings to us to the last question of the day, which is also called viewer's choice question. Even after having, ma'am, see, there are a lot of people, अभी हम बहुत लोगों को जानते हैं जिनको English language का understanding है. They have good vocab. They understand grammar, but still, when it comes to speaking or expressing them in writing, they're not able to do so. why is it so that they prefer expressing themselves in regional language better? So what is the importance of mastering this skill, and how can we improve our English skills?
Yeah, you see, first of all, English definitely is a very important language. It internationally links the people. Wherever you go, whether within the country or abroad, you have to have the knowledge of one international language with the help of which you can communicate and express yourselves. But when you talk about this, some of the people become very offended and they say, "Hmm, मातृभाषा का अपमान कर रहे हैं अगर हम इंग्लिश को बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस दे रहे हैं." It is nothing like this. We have to understand, and in history we have read that English had played a very important role even in the struggle for independence. The people from the eastern states, the people from the southern states could not be connected and could not have become one if there would not have been one common language through which they could communicate. So even if you talk about the present scenario and you talk about the campus selections and the big companies recruiting people, the candidates who are well expressive or who are very fluent in English, they almost get a hike of 18% to 20% in their salaries if they are more fluent. So if you see everywhere, English is important. And everybody should try to master one language at least other than the mother tongue. They should read and write. Of course, what happens is people do not have so much of time. So I say, if you do not have, this is what I tell my children generally, the students, that if you do not have much time, at least you read the English newspaper. Get it once a week, if not every day. Sunday newspaper, and read it and understand it. Try to look up the words, what is being said. Then those words you can consult the dictionary. Try to make use of that word again and again. Listen to the English news bulletin. Listen to the clips of the speeches by famous personalities. See how do they pronounce a certain word, how they go about it. So, and then all the time they should keep reminding themselves that I have to speak in English, I have to speak in English, till they do not master this language. Right. Because it's only practice, practice, and only practice through which any new thing can be mastered.
So, ma'am, like this question came from my own, someone very close to me. This person has really great understanding of English. He has great vocab, but he doesn't want to speak in this language. So, हम इन लोगों को कैसे help कर सकते हैं कि they can become a confident speaker or they can try to express themselves in English better? What would be your tip for this?
There has to be one person. There has to be one person who should be knowing English well in contact with these kind of people. और अगर वो उनके फैमिली में से नहीं है और कहीं बाहर से है, तो टाइम फिक्स कर लें कि इतने बजे से इतने बजे हमें उनसे फोन पे ही बात करनी है और हमें जो कुछ भी बोलना है इंग्लिश में ही बोलना है, चाहे हम गलत बोलें. Because the other person will correct us and will tell us that इसको ऐसे नहीं बोलते हैं, इसको ऐसे बोलते हैं. And of course, we have to be prepared to take those lessons well. We should not be humiliated by that कि अरे हमें टोक दिया कि हमने गलत बोला है, या फिर हम उसको hesitate करेंगे नहीं, उन्होंने तो हमें बहुत बार टोक दिया, अब हम नहीं बोलेंगे. That should not be there. So it has to come from within. Right. That desire of actually mastering this language has to be there. Then only can that person go for it.
I wish even
Or
that
ask that person can ring me up.
I'll
Ask
take
that person to ring me up. I talk to her in English, her or him, whoever the person is.
I just wish that he had a teacher like you. So today his position might not be the same. So ma'am rightly said about English. Yeah. So ma'am rightly said about English. English is a global language, and even Mahatma Gandhi has said that a global language of communication, a world language which every one of us should learn and master is English. So English really plays a very vital role wherever in whichever place we are in our life. So master this language, follow the tips shared by ma'am, and groom yourself better. So thank you, ma'am. This was an absolutely enriching and enlightening discussion with you, and I'm sure my viewers will get a lot of insights from this. Today, interviewing you was a very, very different feeling, something from within. I was full time so excited to have you in front of me, ma'am.
This is so very wonderful experience to have this kind of a rendezvous with you, the virtual rendezvous. So I'm also overwhelmed, actually.
Same here,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much, Seema, for this opportunity.